What's up, everybody? This is Eddie. I'm coming to you live from Eddy's Cantina 2 with my good man, Texas Tom. What's up, brother?
How's it going? Thanks for having me out.
As you can tell, Tom is very excited to try our spiciest wings.
Yeah, a little bit nervous.
Okay, well, it's not that bad, man. Tomorrow is bad. Today you're gonna enjoy yourself. So
See, the thing that really concerned me, and this didn't come to me until the other day, is the flavor saver here is also going to be a heat trap for my lips.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And I started thinking about that the other day, but hey, I'm here, and I'm looking forward to giving it my best.
Well, that's all we can do, right?
Indeed.
Speaking of that, I was thinking, should I shave today? And then I thought, well, I'm interviewing the fourth member of ZZ Top over here, so I thought we're probably good, yeah? Yes. And I didn't feel like it, I'll be honest. Don't tell my mom, though. She's probably the only one watching. But
No, right. I think my mom.
Your mom, too? Okay, beautiful. All right, so we're going to get started with something really simple. I actually don't have this one bottled, but this is our smoky chipotle. It's a little bit of honey, a little chipotle. It's homemade and only available at Eddy's Cantina.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Sweet, right?
I really like this one.
You like it, right?
Yeah. It has a nice balance between the sweetness and the heat, a little bit of tanginess.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
This is good. If you don't bottle this, you damn sure should.
I'm thinking, man, I should be bottling this one too. Actually, the funny thing is, it has spice, obviously, right? It's made of chipotle, and it's actually my daughter's favorite. And it's funny when non-spicy, eaters, they order this and they're like, "Oh, it's so hot," and then my daughter orders 6, and she's like, and my daughter's 7 years old, right? So, yeah, so we're gonna start nice and easy, and I just wanted to. For those people that are not sure who Texas Tom is, why don't you let him know, my man? After you're done your wing. Oh, I forgot to mention, we've got milk, we've got ice water, we've got our Coke, and we've got horchata, which we'll try a little bit of horchata later.
You'll have to tell me more about horchata when we try it. I don't believe I've had it before.
Well, you're gonna try some today. You're gonna try
which is
some
unusual
today?
because I love Mexican food.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I especially love Eddy's Mexican food. So.
Well, I appreciate it.
You guys get out here. If you haven't been here, you need to get out here because it's the best Mexican food in Taipei.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Hell no, it's the best Mexican food in Taiwan.
Oh,
best on the island. Get out here.
I can cheers to that, my man. Enjoy, yeah. So back to who is Texas Tom? I mean, if somebody says, "Oh, do you know Texas Tom?" Who do you think they mean? Like, what is Texas Tom?
Just a guy that has a really good passion for cooking and barbecue. And, about 3 years ago, I was working for school.
Okay.
And it was summer vacation. And, the school would set you up real well for summer break because you got your last paycheck, and then you had like a bonus, which your bonus was like a month or so salary. So it was set. It was like, hey man, this is cool. But what I was just stupid and didn't think that. Yeah, school starts back in September, but you don't get a paycheck till October. And so August came, and I was a little light,
I know the feeling well.
And so I was like, well, what am I going to do?
To this day, I know that feeling well. Unfortunately.
So I made some cinnamon buns.
Oh, those are so good.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, best I've ever had, actually.
And I made those, started a Facebook page, and sold some of those. Then the people that had those were like, well, what else can you do? And that's when I came up with the crownies, which is part chocolate chip cookie, part brownie. And people were like, okay, give us more. So we started doing pies, and slowly but surely, 20 people liked me, 30 people liked me. And then Raul caught one of my pop-ups out at Maji Square.
Okay, yeah.
Raul from Crafted Beer.
It's a pretty good guy, yeah, Raul.
Really good guy, another really good guy.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, why don't you come can you do anything else besides dessert?
Yeah.
Do Texas BBQ.
Oh,
why don't you come do? And it just kind of took off from there. We started off with pork shoulder, and then we added in ribs, and then beef ribs and brisket and other dishes, and and that's kind of who I am. I mean, I'm just a guy that is working hard, trying to achieve his dream.
Working man,
with
love
a passion for cooking.
I love it. And just if anybody hasn't tried Texas Tom stuff yet, how can they get their hands on that?
Well, we're going to be doing another pop-up next month out at Crafted Beer.
Love it. Okay.
And you can also do deliveries off of Facebook.
Beautiful. Okay.
Catering. We need, I'll need at least 7 to 10 days notice.
Sure, of course.
Catering or deliveries, because I'm still a little guy. I can't just get them to bring out, the meat or whatever to me, my supplies to me whenever I need it. I have to wait for certain days and all, but that's cool.
Hey, I still have to wait. Right? I still got to wait for certain days too, man. So, okay, that's awesome, brother. I love that, and I think we should keep going. Next wing.
Well,
next wing.
I think I
want you enjoy that. You
finish this up a little bit. This is really good.
So, like I said, that is one of our more popular wings, and
I see why.
My daughter practically drinks that every time she comes here. She's like, "Are we going to shop too?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, I'm getting wings." So she loves it. We love it. Again, I love to cook. I love to eat, and you got to try some of Texas Tom's food. It's the bomb.
I bet if you put some of that sauce on my brisket, Aaliyah would tear it up.
Oh, funny story about that is my daughter. She's very picky with food, and she actually. I picked her up from school as a 5-year-old in kindergarten, and she would, I'd pick her up. She's like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "Okay, it's lunchtime. What do you want to eat?" She's like, "Well, the choice is up to you." I'm like, "Okay, well, what do you want?" She's like, "Okay, so you can choose from fish tacos, enchiladas, American brisket, or butter chicken." I'm like, "Those are your choices?" She's like, "Yep."
Fine choices, too.
And I'm just like, "Yeah." So this kid is like. She's basically a clone. She's basically me. She doesn't look like me probably, but she's
thank God
her eating habits are what I like, So she loves her Mexican, American barbecue, Indian, Thai. She loves all that stuff, man. So yeah, brother. All right, yeah. So next sauce is actually not one of my own. It is actually Anita's Cantina's classic hot sauce. Which they donated for us, so shout out to Anita's Cantina. This is
good people.
These great people, great hot sauce.
Yeah.
This one again is not so spicy, so it's a real nice entry to the hot wing genre. Yeah, we're not hot yet, so we're good. We're good.
I know.
We're good.
You're just gonna keep saying it's not spicy. It's not that spicy.
I also am Mexican.
Cheers.
There's levels though. There's levels to being a Mexican as well.
That's good.
Pretty good, right?
It's light.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a zing to it.
Yeah.
Not as flavorful as the Chipotle.
Okay, well, no. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
But it is damn good hot sauce.
Yeah. Well, Chipotle is a different thing. Chipotle's got like the smokiness.
Right.
It's like it's pretty deep.
But for me, the importance, for the good hot sauce is that it doesn't just bring heat.
Okay.
There needs to be flavor there too.
I agree.
Just part of me is being, a food maestro.
You know what sucks about making hot sauces? I also feel the same way. But that means when you're making like your super duper death Carolina Reaper sauces, you still got to keep testing. You're like, oh, Not quite enough salt. So you put your salt in there and you're like, needs a little more of this. So by the end of the day, you're toast. You're toast. I had this one story where I was actually, when I cut as a Mexican, when I'm cutting fresh peppers, I don't use gloves. I don't use anything like that, and I never would. I never thought I never have, to be honest. But
I know that
I got a batch. I got a batch of Carolina Reapers, and I was mixing them up, soaking them, kind of cleaning them up, and big tub, and I just kind of stuck my arm in there, and I was like, drained them, and then I did my thing, and no problem. And then that night when I went home, and I took a shower, my whole right arm that I just kind of stirred the pot with was on fire, and it took, I would say, 2 days for that to go away.
Wow.
And I mean, literally, it was so bad that I had to go to the kitchen, to the freezer, and grab a bag of ice and sleep with a bag of ice on my arm, which was crazy because I've been cutting peppers my whole life, right? But the Carolina Reaper, we'll get to that later, but it's some next level stuff.
Joy.
Man. Oh yeah, for sure.
Now I want to say now about this is this lingers. There's a little bit of buzzing going on in my lips.
There he is, the man of the hour.
There he is. We were just talking about
all right. Okay.
But that lingers a little bit.
You know what? It's so rare that I hear the word linger, and I love that word because it reminds me of that old song. Remember?
Oh, the Cranberries.
Yeah, that old Cranberries song, man. Oh, it's awesome.
I dig that too.
That's such a good song. That's a good song, man. So the funny thing is, I think most people don't know, but you used to be a wrestling announcer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I did.
And I actually, sort of the new generation, the new era, stuff like that, I don't know that much about that, but all the old school stuff, I love that stuff, man. So if you were to, let's say, introduce me as a wrestling, making his way down the aisle, what would you say? Could you call me? Would you be able to give me a nickname or something? You don't need to give me an Eddy.
I'd say something to the effect of, in this corner, weighing a slim, svelte, sexy 215 pounds, Eddy El Padrote Gonzalez.
Oh, all right, beautiful. I love that, man. Thank you so much. I love it. My man, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and that was a
lot of fun.
Tell me a little bit about that. Yeah.
As yourself, I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
When we found out that there was a local show in our area, this is back when I lived in Texas. Hell, my buddies and I were out there and we were raising hell, and it was cool because the shows were BYOB, and we were just out there screaming and fucking with the wrestlers.
Okay.
And it was great because it was so small at that time. You'd go, and a good crowd some nights would be 20, 30 people. And so, you'd heckle the wrestlers, and, they'd get in your face. And it was cool kind of having that intimate setting. So anyway, I was raising so much hell in the crowd at the time that when their wrestling announcer quit, they said, well, let's give him a shot.
Okay.
And it was great. We started off, when I was first took the mic, and maybe, like I said, a good night was 20 or 30 people, and
that's
by
the dream gig, man. I love it.
By the time I moved here, we were doing pay-per-views, and
that's crazy.
packing out, on big shows, there'd be several hundred people in the crowd, and
love it.
And these guys, it's XCW, Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Check them out, people.
Check them out. I know they just had a reunion show last Friday the 13th, and I was really sad that I couldn't make it. But,
sure, of course.
It's just
other side of the world now. Yeah.
But I heard the show was really good, and I'm not sure, but I heard that there may be a video up on the XCW. I think it's xcwonline.com. But Google it. But I think that there's a video of the entire show from last Friday.
Nice.
And they really have some talented cats.
Awesome.
In XCW.
wrestling is it's such an amazing. Like I said, sort of the new era. I haven't watched much because I got more into like the UFC and stuff, and in Asia, I mean, you get lost. You don't really get to keep up. But the old school stuff, I mean, the intros and the intro music, that was what would get me going. So I got a couple of intro songs here, and I want to know I'm gonna see if you can call who they are. What do you think?
I'll give it a shot. See, I'm even a little bit more old school, like before it really they add intros, back in Georgia Championship Wrestling and Mid-South Wrestling in Memphis. Like back when everything was still divided into territories as opposed to just one or two.
That's the class. But I remember watching Saturday night's main event with my sister. We'd sneak up and, Mom, you're in bed, and Mom's like, no, go to bed. And you wake up, you sneak up, living room, turn on the TV, and Saturday night's main event, man, that was where it was at. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
So I got a couple of I got quite a few on here, but I'm gonna pick a couple, and you let me know what you think. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I know you're getting this one. Hold on. So I'm not going to show you who it is.
Woo!
There you go, baby. So who do we got here?
To be the man, you got to beat the man. And the man, of course, is the Nature Boy.
Nature Boy Rick Flair.
And he, I would probably have to say, is probably my favorite wrestler.
That's what I thought,
The way that cat embodied the whole lifestyle and just embraced it and lived it, Unfortunately, that's why he's still wrestling today. But
I think that happens to a lot of people because I would imagine it's such a good, awesome lifestyle, and then I mean we all get old, right? But I still love seeing the Nature Boy Ric Flair, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of these, I couldn't imagine being in that kind of lifestyle. I wouldn't know how to act.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
I'd act like a damn fool, probably.
Well, I think people criticize people for that a lot, but I mean, if there's no limits to what you're doing, it's kind of like I want to do this, I'm gonna do this. So, yeah, definitely. All right, let's go. Next one. Let's see what we got here. I know that was an easy one, yeah.
But you started off with a great one.
Hell yeah. So we just got to make sure we skip this YouTube here. All right. Remember this guy? To run out to the ring.
Is this Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, yeah, baby. All right, 2 for 2. Ultimate Warrior. Nice. One of my favorites, actually, of all time. Do you ever remember that old arcade called WrestleFest? Did you ever play arcades when you were younger?
No.
No, you didn't, eh? Okay. Well,
so
they had this old arcade called WrestleFest that...
Yeah, I remember when he would hit the ring to that music, dude. I could see why he was one of your favorites, because
he was crazy.
He's just jacked up on the ropes and just friggin' a monster all roided out.
Yeah, exactly, right? And he would shake the ring, and he would... It was a...
it was just, as a young, impressionable kid, you're seeing this monstrous beast, and you're just like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
Well, that's you get the adrenaline rush, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. I love it. All right, let's do one more.
Good fellow Texan right there.
Right, man.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Beautiful. All right, brother.
And I have a cool little 6 degrees of separation thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Stone Cold.
Okay.
Is back in Texas, my trainer at Myotech Gym.
Okay.
His name's Dan the Man.
The Man.
He used to train Stone Cold when Stone Cold was playing football at University of North Texas.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a video of my trainer where he's getting, I believe it's a 700-pound squat, I think. And Stone Cold is one of his spotters.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty damn awesome, man. I like that.
And he has a cool story about going to. He had bought some exercise equipment for the gym down in Tyler, which is a 2-hour drive away.
Okay.
And Stone Cold went with him to help him get the equipment and load it on the truck and bring it back and set it up.
I love it.
And
I love it.
He said that on the way to Tyler that he drank, Stone Cold drank about 15 beers.
Oh yeah,
drank about
I bet he
8 or
did.
9 on the
those
way back.
those Texans, man.
And he said he was fine. He was got there back to the gym and helped him set up the equipment.
That's. I saw this recent interview with Stone Cold, and I mean, they were calling him and they were saying, hey, they gave him wrestlers' names, and they're like, tell us something bad about this guy. And just about actually every single person they pulled out, like Goldberg, The Rock, he was like, oh, he's a great guy, man. I got nothing bad to say about him. And then he told a really good story about every single guy. So it's funny because he's like the Texas rattlesnake.
Right.
But he's like super sweet guy. That's amazing. I love it.
They probably just didn't pick the right guys.
That's probably right, yeah. I mean, but they were trying. They're like Goldberg, and they're like, he's like, oh, he's a great guy. They're like, what? They're like, you're not going to say nothing bad about anybody?
They
he's
were
like,
looking,
I'm happy.
They were looking for a Jim Cornette shoot interview.
Yes.
You ever seen Cornette's
yeah,
interviews?
Yeah, of course. Jim
God.
Cornette, man. Yeah, for sure. The old school, man. Wrestling. Actually, when they came out to Taiwan last year, I think, I brought my father-in-law. He loved it, man. He's a big fan. And he actually, for him, he's always like, don't spend money, don't spend money, don't spend money. But I said, hey, you know what? We're going to go catch a wrestling show. And he's like, is it expensive? I'm like, yeah, I got floor seats, man, front row. He's like, okay.
Front row. Divas.
Like, diva. Oh, yo, man, that's an interview for another day. He was very happy to see the Divas, for sure, as we all were, man. It was a good show. And I mean, like I said, I haven't watched it for a long time. It was great show. WWE, hats off, beautiful.
What about
I enjoyed it,
this
man.
new promotion that's coming up? What is it?
Oh,
AEW?
shoot. Yeah. The one that's in town, the Taiwanese one?
No.
Okay, no.
This is like
there's
national
something local,
in the
man.
States. Jericho.
Oh, this I don't know about that.
The Rhodes brothers, Cody and Dustin.
Oh, shoot.
They like started this new
American
promotion.
Dream, man. Remember him?
Yeah,
Dusty Rhodes. Oh, I love that guy. One of the best intros as well. Yeah.
They started a promotion right now.
I didn't know that.
And a lot of people have jumped ship from WWE over there.
Well, it's gonna be tough because when you're kind of like the monopoly, you just I mean, Vince. There used to be WCW and NWO and all that, which was amazing. That was the pinnacle, man. That was the pinnacle. Man. I was gonna play the NWO for you, but yeah, and Hollywood when he came out with that, oh man, that Voodoo Child, and those were the good days, man.
I remember I was in college at the time.
Me too. Shit, I didn't even know. Okay, we're the same age.
My friends and I, in this advertising class I was taking, there were like 3 of us, and we always would go and watch. We had a Monday night class.
Okay.
As soon as the class was over, we'd go just in time to catch Nitro.
Yeah,
and that's back when Nitro and Raw, remember they're
feuding, right?
Yeah, and they started at the same time.
Yeah.
So what you do
purposely,
is you would you'd watch Raw and then catch clips of Nitro because Nitro was rebroadcasting on a second broadcast.
Oh shoot!
They were doing the same show back to back, and when the war first started, Raw or Nitro was so big with NWO that second show,
sure,
the repeat show was kicking Raw's ass.
Wow.
But that
NWO
changed
was
real
incredible.
quickly.
NWO,
that was a good gimmick.
Those were good, man. When they came over, when Razor and Diesel went over, and they were Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, that was the.
And then when Hogan,
I'll be honest, I skipped my Monday.
Their minds, they lost their fucking minds.
I still watch that on YouTube once in a while, man, because that was awesome. Who is the third man? You know, it's funny, and I'll be honest, I skipped.
Schiavone calling that? Tony Schiavone was.
I think so. Yeah. I skipped my Monday college classes to watch both. I'll be honest, yeah. But yeah, brother. All right. So our next wing is my sauce again. This is made with pure jalapenos, and don't be fooled because jalapenos are not that spicy, but there is a ton of jalapeno in here. This one started when I made this for the first time. We made it for an event up at sort of this AIT party, and I just had this big tub of this creamy jalapeno sauce, and everyone thought it was guacamole, and they just kind of went, and they downed it, and it was like, oh, they got lit up, man, yeah. So
right,
cheers, brother.
Cheers.
There's, it's not guac, just so you know. Taste that jalapeno.
That's nice.
This is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. How you feeling, brother? No problem.
Wow, this one's a creeper.
Oh yeah.
Woo, yeah.
That's what they used to say about you, didn't they? No?
Still do.
Still do, huh?
Oh, man.
Actually, that one my daughter likes as well, which is crazy.
You notice how he keeps mentioning, yeah, my daughter likes that one. Pussy.
Yeah.
She's only 7.
That's true.
Stop crying.
No, that one. So for me, that one I put on almost everything. I just love that.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that stuff, and it's got that. It's building up, but it's good, man. I love that. So I wanted to ask you.
That's good. And once again, these sauces of yours have really good flavor.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
This is bringing the heat. I ain't gonna lie. But great flavor.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I wanted to wonder if you would share one of your worst food business stories. It's been a few years now that you've been doing your thing with the barbecue and all that stuff, and I was wondering if you had, a story. If not, that's awesome. But any kind of a story that sucks.
You know, I wish I did, Eddie, but no, man, everything is always, it always runs so smoothly that there's never any troubles at all.
Okay, wow. Trade you.
And if you and people out there, if you believe that bullshit,
yeah, there you go, right? Yeah, exactly.
Easily.
Trade your lives. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. This shit has some residual heat to it. Yeah.
It's that creeper, baby.
I like it.
It's good, yeah. Like I said, that one is it's probably my favorite. And it's not really, we don't really use it much on wings, but that thing can go on anything, man.
That's nice.
And we can only make that when we have fresh jalapenos, which is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pickled ones won't cut it.
Yeah, the pickled ones can't do that. Yeah,
you can't get that kind of heat.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Okay. In answer to your question, I don't
Just
even
pick
have
one.
to think.
Okay.
There's one that
Let's go.
easily stands out.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was just a little, I'd been doing it just a little over a year.
Okay.
And there was a big event, Taipei Marathon.
Okay.
5,000 people.
Beauty. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm
Okay.
like, hell yeah, man! I'm gonna make some good cash off of this.
Beauty.
I'm gonna have to work extra hard, get a bunch of extra servings.
Yep.
Because they were telling people, they're like, you can expect to do 500 covers.
Okay.
And I'm like, hell yeah.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
So I'm doing, even now I can't do 500 covers, but I was at the time.
That's a lot.
I was trying to get as many as I possibly could.
That is creeping.
And it rained that weekend, and we're
really?
talking. This was like typhoon, torrential kind of rain.
And people still did anyone still run?
Yeah, but it was
ate.
so bad. The rain was so bad. They actually moved the event from Saturday to Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it still was, raining quite a bit on Sunday, and I had a lot of food left over.
Oh, that's the worst, man. That's the worst.
Giving food to friends and having brisket omelets for breakfast, which I still do. But after eating brisket omelets for 2 weeks,
No, I mean that happens to us when we do, like, let's say we're doing tamales, right? We'll do tamales. Okay, you're like, okay, that's why when I'm doing tamales, like a month in advance, I'm like trying to promote, like, hey, tamales, because it's so much work. And if no one buys them, like by the end of the night, you're like, hey, buy one, get 5 free, you know? Like, it's like, come on, eat my tamales. Or else you put them in the freezer or something. And then, like, you just get busy, and 6 months later, staff pulls out this bag of, like, freezer-burnt tamales. They're like, hey, what is this? And I'm like, oh, shit. That's, like, love.
You're like, shit, I'm glad Gordon Ramsay isn't looking in here right
Exactly, you know?
now.
Like,
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, you know, that's basically the only thing that gets buried, because my wife will be like, we should throw those out. I'm like, nah, there's some. I'll eat them.
I'll eat them.
Yeah. I'll eat those.
Yeah, you can throw them out right down my
I'll
freaking
eat
gullet.
those. There's so much freaking work, man. You know.
But you have good tamales too.
Thanks, brother. We're due. I haven't made them in a long ass time, so it's been a long time. So we're due. But I was gonna say, a friend of mine way back, he was doing brisket, and he's like, come on over and I'll show you how to do it. And so, you know, he did the rub, and he had a little smoker and stuff, and it's a labor of love, man.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, turning over the brisket and just kind of make it like there's no sleep. It's crazy. There's no sleep. Most people probably don't know that. There's no sleep. You got to get up. You know, even if it's, you know, you're napping, you got to get up and make sure the brisket's good. You got to flip it. I was blown away by how much work it was to do a brisket, like an 18-hour brisket. I just thought, throw it in there, 18 hours later, come back. No way. It was crazy, man. I was blown away.
And that's the thing, you know, you can plan, you know, because I generally know my brisket's going to be done.
Sure, of course. Well,
14
you're
hours,
pro,
something like that. So you can plan for that. Oh, maybe it'll take a little longer. It's a bigger brisket. But, you know, you never know exactly how that fat's running through the
Of course,
center of the meat. Whoops. And, man, you know, there's been times when I'm up and I'm 18 hours, 19 hours into a smoke, and that brisket's been stalled at, you know, at the same temperature, or, you know, gone up 5 degrees in the last 3 hours, and you're just like, damn it, I just want to sleep.
I agree.
Just want to sleep for 1 hour, man.
Exactly.
Of course, you know, that's what I usually do. Is it's like, okay, well,
1 hour here,
I'm
gonna
go
there.
sleep, you know, for an hour and a half, and you know, I know it's not going to go up to, you know, to the finished temperature in an hour and a half. It might get close. But it is a labor of love, but I love doing it. Man.
Sure. Okay.
You know?
What about? Is there any sort of dishes in Taiwan that you think are similar, or is there any way that you would be able to take sort of a Taiwanese dish and fuse it, like some kind of a fusion? Or have you never thought? I mean, we've all thought about it. I've done a couple of things. And anything here that you think is fusionable with some Texas barbecue? Or?
I think guabao. Guabao, man. If I smoked some pork shoulder and maybe a little pork belly with it along with it, and then just kept everything else the traditional Taiwanese style, except maybe throw a little bit of chipotle peppers in there, because you know that'd set off a little heat with the cilantro that's already there. I think that right there would be a great
I love it.
Texas fusion dish, and I make stuff like that all the time.
Okay.
Not necessarily Taiwanese food, but you know, I can make smoked chicken marsala with Italian food. I made at one of my pop-ups, I made a Texas Alfredo.
Yeah, I had it. I think, man, that was really good.
Smoked chicken.
You're really like the food that you're putting out is some next level stuff, man. It's very nice. I enjoy it very much. You know, the hilarious thing, when my daughter was younger, like you've been doing it for a few years. So when she was younger, we'd go out to Crafted, and every time we'd get out of the station, she'd just start booking it to Crafted, right? And I'm like, where are you going? She's like, I'm gonna get some brisket. And I'm like, oh, there's no brisket today. She's just like, she doesn't even know what to say. She's shocked. No brisket. Like, what's going on here? I'm like, well, you know, he's not there today. And she's just like, what? Like this 4-year-old would be like, What? There's no brisket? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But
yeah, we get a lot of people that say their children like the barbecue, and that's good.
It's very good, yeah.
Well, that's the next generation coming up to continue eating.
It's not just that. It's me as a parent and meeting a lot of people that have kids. I'm pretty stingy for myself. But if the kid wants a big ass, steak, or you're like, it's the kid, right. She's young, so you spend on shoes or on whatever for the kid. But for myself, I'm like, these ones can go this underwear can go another 2 years, or, you know what I mean? Like, but the kid, it's like, what do you? Okay, let's go get it, mija, So yeah, brother, it's crazy. So the kids want it, kids get it, right? Right on, brother. So that was okay, yeah?
Yeah,
we're good?
That was really good.
That's one of my favorites, brother.
The heat finally went away.
Right?
3 or 4 minutes ago. But
we're about to shake it up again. So we got another Anita's. And this one, I believe, is made with ghost pepper. It's called the Torture.
Yeah, I think I've had this before.
My boy? Mine? Okay. Lily, how's the audio going? Pretty good? Good. Can you turn it up a little bit? Turn the gain up a little bit? Yeah. So, the Torture, and it's obviously a play on words.
Yeah, I was going to say
the torch. Yeah,
it's going to torture my.
It is, and
buds, I guess.
As some of our our other alums here, they know that it torches somewhere else on the way out. But
cheers,
my man, cheers! Enjoy that. Shout out to Anita's Cantina, the Torture.
I'll probably be cursing Anita's Cantina here in just a minute.
You might. Okay. Okay. So that's a lot of ghost pepper in there. That one's also one that's going to linger, and it's going to start to kind of climb. But right now it's a little. How you feeling, bro?
Fine.
You good? Okay, perfect.
But I guess I reckon that's gonna change in a couple. Yeah, see, here it comes.
It's coming, eh? Okay.
Mm-hmm, here it comes.
There you go. So that is made with ghost peppers, good stuff. I mean, I love working with ghost peppers because they've got a nice flavor, and I use them in a lot of sauces. Kind of interchange them with habaneros. Yeah, so those are two of my favorites to work with. Reaper, the Carolina Reaper is also good, but it's kind of got its purpose, like just to blast the heat out, But these ones, I believe, they still have a little more flavor. But yeah, so
yeah, that was a nice flavor profile on that sauce.
Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad you liked it, man. So, Battle of the Bands. Why don't you tell me all about your band, man? A lot of people probably don't know that you're a drummer.
Allegedly.
A legendary drummer.
No,
right?
Not legendary. Allegedly a drummer. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah, see, that made me sweat a little bit.
It did, eh? Okay. Well, we got some left. We got some time. Audio's good, Lily?
Which band you want to know about?
Well, you won the Battle of the Bands, I believe, right? Was that last year?
That was last year.
Okay, so tell me, what is the Battle of the Bands?
Taiwan ICRT, the radio station. They had bands from all over Taiwan submit demos.
Okay.
This country band that I had been subbing as the drummer for over the summer.
Okay.
The band's name was Twangover. Check it out at Twangover on Facebook.
Twangover, let's go.
And I had subbed as the drummer for them over the summer.
Okay.
They entered the Battle of the Bands. And by this time, my gig was up. Their drummer had returned from summer break.
Okay.
They went to the preliminaries, did well enough, got into the finals.
Okay.
Then, through whatever issues they had, the drummer quit.
Okay.
And they called me the day before the finals of the Battle of the Band, and they're like, "Hey, man, can you come do it?" And so we had a rehearsal that night, and the next day we went and played the Battle of the Bands, and we won. And
what do you get? Like, what's the prize? Or like I've always remember listening to ICRT and think Battle of the Bands, but I've never actually been to one. Didn't know what it was about. Yeah.
There was a cash prize. I think it was 150,000 NT.
Okay. Beauty.
Some really nice and some okay sound equipment.
Okay.
There was a drum set.
Probably donations from big companies. Yeah. Okay.
Really nice amplifier.
Okay.
But by the time.
Can you set up your drum kit in your apartment in Taiwan?
It is set up.
Really? Okay.
But I don't want the neighbors forming a mob going kill him with fire.
Yes, sure.
I have pads all over it that it muffles the sound by like 80%.
Oh, really?
I took a decimeter. I guess that's what you call it.
No clue. Okay.
It reads the decibel level.
Okay.
And I put one of those outside my apartment.
Audio's good. Good. Yeah. It's good. Okay.
But I put one of those outside my apartment.
It's okay, the audio? Thanks, bro.
Only about 62 dB. So
okay. Sorry for the interruption.
That's cool. So the neighbors, knock on wood, the neighbors haven't killed me yet. And I'm respectful. I try not to play during nap times in the afternoon.
Okay.
I know the older people like to take those naps.
Sure. Okay.
And I really don't play after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. How are the locals with your food? Just back onto that, because I see you and I think, man, I got to get some brisket, man. So how are they doing with how are the locals with your food?
They really like it.
Okay.
And it's funny because and I'm sure you heard this when you first started out, as people are always, you're gonna have to change your menu.
Yeah, for sure.
Or change the way you're gonna have to change the way you make.
You need pastas, and you need to do.
Yeah, you need to do rice.
Dude, when I was in my dance shui, so you go ahead. You finish your story. I'm cutting you off.
Well, no, it's fine. I was just gonna say, they're always it's gonna be too spicy. Or they're not gonna like this, or the one I always heard is your desserts are gonna be too sweet for Tommy.
Okay.
Dude, what I found is good food is good food.
Agreed.
No matter what, and it will transcend.
I like that. I love it.
It will transcend any cultural differences.
I think so too. People are always like, oh, Taiwanese don't eat spicy. Yeah, they do. Not everybody, but not all Canadians, not all Mexicans, not everybody eats. Well, maybe all Mexicans, but not other people. But
what the hell, man? You ever see that compound chicken? There's nothing but friggin' hot peppers. Half the dish is just hot peppers.
Whenever I get that with my Taiwanese friends, we're all eating it, and we just all eat spicy, and everyone's enjoying it. And man, I'm sitting there popping those peppers in like candies, and occasionally you get a super hot one, and then you have a drink, and you keep going. I love that. I love that stuff, man.
Speaking of hot peppers,
yes, sir.
I believe that you should reverse the order of these last two sauces.
Okay.
I think your jalapeno sauce
really?
was hotter than the ghost peppers.
Okay, well.
Yeah, that's just my.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't. It's weird because when I'm testing both, it's hard to judge. But then in the end, I'm like, well, jalapeno, ghost.
Right.
I should just put the ghost, right? So, yeah, okay. That sounds good. We'll reverse that next time. But, so this is round one. We got two more after this, 2 secret sauces at the end. But we will finish this round with, this is called the Liberator. This is the Liberator. There you go. Check that out. That is made by Flavor the World, another hot sauce company that uses local ingredients. And it's pretty good, man. So... should we give it a shot?
So this is a local.
This is all. Yeah, everything's local.
Taiwan.
Yeah, everything's local.
Nice.
Yeah. Come on, right? And actually, I just met a guy that is down south in Taidong, I believe, that has a farm, and he's growing all this crazy local stuff, chilies, and just really good stuff. So I just ordered my first. I didn't unfortunately have a chance to use his peppers today because I ordered a bunch of chilies from him. But the next batch of chilies, next sauce I make will be with his. So I'm excited about that, man. Yeah, it's good to have it.
All right, here we go. The Liberator.
The Liberator. All right. Tasted a lot hotter last time, but can we get the last two? Tell the kitchen we're ready for the next ones, yeah? Tell the kitchen we're ready for the next sauce, the next things, yeah? What do you think? So far, what's your favorite so far? Or first of all, what'd you think of the Liberator? I am drinking.
Is this going to creep up on me here in a minute?
I think so, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right now, that ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
For heat.
For heat, yeah.
I mean, the flavors, sure. I like the flavor.
Flavor's nice, yeah. You know what? Zach knows. The next round, yeah? So let's get rid of these.
Okay.
Because we got our next round coming out.
Honestly,
yeah, you know what? That definitely tastes less spicy than the last one, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd put the Liberator second, then
Really?
the Ghost Pepper, then your
Oh, really? Okay.
your creamy jalapeno. I really like that creamy jalapeno.
The creamy jalapeno,
stuff.
right? Yeah. That's just like an old recipe where it's just pure, like tons of onions and tons of garlic and tons of jalapeno, and it's just simmered forever.
And tons of flavor.
Yeah, brother. I appreciate that. Like I said, that's my favorite. And what about you, man? So far, I think I'm gonna take a little horchata break here.
It would have to be between that and the chipotle.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the horchatas.
We're gonna take a little horchata break while the next group comes out.
Okay. So what exactly?
So horchata is it's a traditional Mexican drink made with rice water, vanilla, cinnamon, sugar, and a tiny bit of. Some places put milk, some places don't, but we put a tiny bit of condensed milk, so it comes out extra creamy. And that was a secret that I learned from when I had my stand in the beginning. In the beginning of the whole Eddy's Cantina thing was Eddy Burrito, and we had this Mexican guy who was just visiting for the weekend, and he came up. He was on Danshua because Danshua is a touristy place. He comes out, and he's like, "Everything's great. Horchata's great. Are you putting milk in it?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're putting a little bit of this." And he's like, "Instead of that, use that evaporated one. Use the canned one." And I'm like, "Really? That sounds weird." He's like, "Just trust me. It's going to make it super creamy, and it's going to be amazing." Yeah, come on out, brother. Hell yeah. Is it hot? Is it hot? I just throw it right there, man. Okay, thank you.
What the hell, man?
So I wanted to make sure these ones were warm for
Look
the
at
last
this.
round. Thanks, brother.
What the hell, dude? See, I was told there was going to be 6 wings, and now it would appear there are 7.
Well, we had to.
I knew this was fuck with the güero. I knew it.
You know,
Isn't it?
it is what it is, right? You know, you got the stuff, and you know, some of the stuff they turned out a little weaker than I thought they'd be. So I had to make sure we got the good stuff for you, man. We got to make you sweat because you're Texas Tom. But you eat spicy anyway, though, usually, right? Or ish, sort of.
I like spicy, but you know, I got a feeling these last two are going to be some crazy.
They're spicy for sure.
And that Liberator did
creeped up a little bit, right?
A little bit, but I think I would go the Ghost, the Liberator, the Liberator, the Ghost, then yours.
Okay.
But that's
good
just
to
me.
know.
Maybe I have a messed up sense of heat. Cheers, brother.
Well, for me,
I thought
try
that
some
was
horchata,
a
bro.
straw.
Everybody does that, yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it's rice, water, milk, sugar, vanilla, cinnamon.
This is like drinking rice pudding.
Exactly. You know what? That's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's funny.
This is good shit, y'all.
The first time I had rice pudding, I thought, this is like eating horchata, you know? I was like, yeah, this is great. So exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Can't believe you haven't had it before, man. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right. So I made sure they brought these ones out a little bit later. They were in the oven, kind of making sure they were hot because I didn't want them to sit there and get all cold. So
no, you just wanted to bake the hot sauce in to really punish me.
That's true. That is true. But I won't tell if you won't tell, right?
All right.
So this one is made with our sauce is made with Carolina Reaper. It's made with ghost pepper. It's made with habanero. To be honest,
wait, it has all three of those in it.
It does usually. It really just depends what we can get our hands on. But this batch, I mean, the batches are adjusted a little bit each time. So that's this one, man. So pick one of those. Pick your poison. This is the last place one, yeah. You want the wing?
I was like, yeah.
You always like the wingers, eh? Okay, so let's try this. Cheers. Yeah, that's it.
This one's a little creamy too, huh?
I like that, yeah. I like the creamy sauces, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it coming?
Yeah. No, is it coming?
Yeah.
This one just came, it walked straight up and kicked my tongue right in the balls. Dude.
Yeah, that's what it's for, man.
Yep. Straight up kicks your tongue right in the balls.
Oh, man. So food-wise, it's good, right? Well, thank you. It's a creeper, though. It's going to start to creep, man. Yeah. How you feeling? Good?
Warm.
Yeah, warm, very warm. Well, that's good for Canada when it's freezing outside, right?
Yeah, I'm sweating now.
Yeah, there you go, right? Yeah, so that's made with Reaper or that one's still hot.
Yeah.
Luckily. Okay. Jeez. Oof. Oh my gosh. Okay. So speaking of local foods, do you have a local go-to dish that you always want? That you eat? Oh, yeah, that was still going.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Tell me all about it while I sweat here.
Yeah, you're not alone there. Wow. I love Juicy Gal. Pig's blood rice cake.
Oh, really? Okay.
Especially the old school dudes, those old dudes that like make it themselves. They don't buy it in the store.
Okay.
I know that it was rated a couple years ago. It was rated on Food Network as the most disgusting food in the planet.
Really?
But I love that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is coming back with a vengeance to punish you.
It does.
Oh yeah.
This is the one that makes my ears kind of go. Yeah, so that makes your ears
sinuses
pop.
are open.
Well,
my tongue is just like buzzing. My lips are buzzing.
If you have allergies, I recommend this sauce. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that. I love guabao as well.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier.
The thing about guabao, the Taiwanese, they always say it's a Taiwanese hamburger, but I actually tell them it's more like a taco, right? Because it's kind of like you got your. I mean, of course, it's got the double flap, right? But it's got your meat, it's got the toppings, it's got the little peanuts, and you just kind of. For me, it's more like a taco, and I love guabao. It's one of my favorites, man.
Well, what about dumpling? I love dumpling. That's like a Chinese breakfast burrito.
That's true.
It really is.
True,
I love that stuff.
Whoa, that one was hot. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, man, me too. I think I went into this place once, and the lady's like, "Oh, hello. We have gongbao jiding." She's speaking Chinese to me. She's like, "Oh, we have gongbao jiding," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Yeah, well, foreigners like gongbao jiding, and you're a foreigner, and we have gongbao jiding." And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, should I be like, what am I? I've been typecasted here. I'm like, okay, so, okay, well, we are different types of people, and we all like different things, and I mean, she was nice. I'm like, yeah, and I was nice. I'm like, yeah, but everybody likes different things, blah blah blah. And she's like, okay, no problem. Sorry, next time, blah 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 blah. What can I get you? And I'm like, gongbao jiding. She's just like, yeah, I told you. And I'm like, I know, it's good stuff, but geez, come on. It is. It's one of my favorites, man.
And then you're like, do you have some of that General Tso's?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The first time I came here, I'm not doing the first time I came here.
Sesame chicken, what?
Beef broccoli.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that, very often Judy and I my wife, Judy and I.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be talking and
the boss.
We'll be like, man, I wish I had some American Chinese food.
It happens. It totally happens. Sometimes you go to a Taiwanese place or Chinese place and you go eat, and there's like some dish you've never had, and it kind of is like sweet and sour pork or something, and you're like, oh shoot, this is sweet and sour pork. I found it, and people are like, huh? What are you talking about? I'm like, no, you don't even know. I love sweet and sour pork, man. So yeah. It's good stuff, bro.
Some fried wontons, stuff with the crab rangoons, right?
Oh yeah,
crab
sure,
man.
man. Yeah, I love that. I go back and
I would snuff somebody for a crab rangoon right now.
It's chicken chow mein. I love that chicken chow mein. And then you come here and they're like, no, it's mian. It's not mein.
Yeah.
And I'm
it's
like,
cho
what?
mian.
And I'm like, oh, really? I've been saying it wrong my whole life. Jeez, yeah. It's funny, man. So I noticed your shirt.
Yes.
Love it. I am personally a big fan of the horror genre. Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. I love all those guys. And I recently sent you a video of Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees.
That was a great,
well done video, right?
Yes, it was.
And I thought it was pretty accurate, but you were saying that you think that, well, why don't you tell me what you thought? Well, if Michael Myers fought Jason Voorhees.
All I'm going to say is this.
All right.
Michael Myers has never been killed.
Okay.
Jason has. He was drowned.
Okay.
And so I say Myers drowns his ass.
Okay.
Jason can come back, but he's going to need another electrical storm and get zapped and, juiced up to do it.
True. But
and that's my argument. I mean, if you're just looking at,
I mean, if when
Jason
they were doing
has
this,
superior strength.
Yeah.
But Michael
he doesn't die.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
It's true.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
The boogie. That's the first one. The original one is
the greatest horror film of all
so
time.
Good. It's so good. What did you think of the new one? The newest one? We were supposed to go, but then our wives got pissed at us, and we couldn't go. We couldn't go. Yeah. Wait, let me edit that out.
I thought it was really good. It was worth the wait.
Yeah.
There were a couple of things that I, didn't.
It's a hot one.
The whole. I got peanut butter on my penis line. I was just like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah. Those
it was
are
so random.
Yeah.
But other than one or two things like that, I thought it was really well done. It did a good job of keeping you in suspense.
Okay.
Honored the original. I really liked it, and I think the original is the greatest horror film of all time.
Agree. That's I think it was in 1978, I believe. Yeah.
I watch it every year.
Okay.
Probably at least 5 or 6 times a year.
Okay.
And always watch it on Halloween.
Yeah, sure. What about the whole Rob Zombie ones? What did you think of those?
I love the first one.
Yeah.
I kind of and I liked it. One of the reasons I liked it was a reason that many people hated it. Was I liked the backstory in it about Michael Myers and you know his time spent in the institution, and a lot of people didn't like that because they felt that it kind of took some of the mystique away from Michael Myers. But I enjoyed that, and I just the fact of how violent it was. You know, like Rob Zombie does a really good job, I think, in any of his films.
Yeah, sure,
of
agreed.
conveying the brutality of violence, and you kind of almost puts you in the perspective of the perpetrator.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that I really like about his films is they're gritty, and I like his style of directing too, his camera angles and stuff like that. I think are brilliant. But you know, being a horror fan, you should come and
big
this
horror
year
fan.
I will be watching 31 for 31. I'm going to watch 31 horror movies in the 31 days of October.
Let's do it. Let's live stream it, man.
Anytime you want to come join me for one of those, you're welcome.
I'm in. Let's
the
go.
The 31st, you know, that's actually my birthday. So every year I celebrate the same way. I watch the original Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, good movie.
The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Those are scary,
and
man.
then
Those
the
are
original
good.
Halloween is my final one that I watch. And that's how I celebrate my birthday every year.
Okay.
But this year, every night up until my birthday, I have a different horror film. I already have them picked out and scheduled. So you're more than welcome to join me.
I love it.
Any of those.
That sounds good. That sounds good, yeah. Yeah, oh shit. So, last thing of the horror.
What's your favorite horror movie?
I have to say, probably I have to agree. I'd have to agree with the Halloween, the original. In college, I was this obviously broke college kid, and Halloween was coming up. And everyone was getting dressed up. And there was one time when we did NWO and NWO Wolfpack and all that, which was cool. But there was another time where I went down to this mall, and there was this kind of like high-end, sort of fancy memorabilia mask sort of a place, and there was a Michael Myers mask for about $150.
Oh, so it was a nice one.
It was nice, and it was I was broke, but I still bought it. So I still bought it because I was like, man, I'm keeping this mask for rest of my life. My mom eventually threw it away, but
why do moms
do that? Moms throw stuff away, right? So basically, we did that, and the best part about it wasn't Halloween being Michael Myers, but the best part about that was just like going behind buildings just with the mask on. When somebody's just kind of in there doing their homework, this girl, this dude, and I would just be I probably wouldn't do that now, but at that time I was like 20, I would stand sort of at this, just at a window, with just the mask on, right? And I mean, it would take a few minutes for people to notice you're there, and you just kind of be there. And then they would look up at you, and they would just kind of like jump, like, oh my God, it was awesome. It was awesome. So I would do that so much, and there was so many of my friends that would do the same thing. You said you wouldn't do
that now, huh? Because I would.
Well, I might do it now. Yeah, it was amazing because it was so much fun that all of the guys in my dorm they were all doing it, right? Because everyone knew it was me, because I was the only idiot to spend $150 on a super high end Michael Myers mask. And we're all broke college kids, right? So I got it, but then after that, I would deny, be like, no, that wasn't me. And so I would set it up to where some of my buddies who are about my height would be doing that, and I'd just be in the lounge, just watching a movie, be like, hey guys, what's going on? Just chatting, and people would be like, oh my God, that's still creeping. They would kind of look at me. I thought it was me. I thought it was you, and I'm like, you thought what was me? And I'm just like, whoa, it was a whole gang. It was pretty amazing, man. That was one of my best parts of college, I think, was spooking people with the $150 Michael Myers mask, man. People freaked out. It was good stuff, though. It was lots of fun, man. Lots of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, college pranks were always. Always
so much fun. Some of the best times. Some of the best times, man. And the one last thing I wanted to ask you about that was, what did you think of when it finally came out, Freddy versus Jason? When it finally came out, you seen it, right? I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Me too.
A lot of fun.
I loved it.
And
critics didn't like it, I think, right? There was some critic bashing and stuff. Yeah, there always is, though, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to get a film out in the horror genre and have critics herald it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because in the 80s there was so much shit that came out with B horror films that I think it just kind of, gave a lot of critics. It put a lot of critics off to the genre. But
sure.
I mean, I think there have been some really great horror flicks that have come out that are really worthy in the past few years.
Okay. Yeah. No. Lately I haven't. Well, being in Asia, I've checked out some of the Asian ones, and they're pretty. They're pretty, like the Korean and those ones. Those are pretty nice. I like those. Those are enjoyable. They're spooky, man. I like them. I like a good horror movie, man, for sure. I love it. I just saw it. I made sure I rewatched the first one, and then I went to see the second one. And for me, I enjoyed it. But for me, I work so much, and I'm always so busy. So for me to go to the movies, like my in-laws were here, so they had my daughter. So I took my wife to the movies. Big old tub of popcorn. Like, I don't drink much soda.
That's a night of freedom right there, man.
I don't drink that much soda, but a big old tub of Coke. The churros and ice cream, whatever they got. You buy the package and they just give you a bunch of crap. And I ate all of it, and I sat there and I was just like, I like this. And I'm like, this is good. The movie was pretty good, but like I said, the whole experience of going to a movie theater for me is the best. I love it. It's a vacation for me.
Yeah, and
it's a vacation for me. I love it.
It's not quite as much of the vacation as it used to be. What with everybody on their damn cell phones,
True.
Sure. I know you're not disturbing anyone because you're just texting, but when I see 5 of those little lights, it ruins it.
I agree. Yeah.
And to me, that was like, especially with horror, if it's a good horror flick.
Okay.
That was always one of the beautiful things about going to the
Pitch
movie
black,
theater.
Right?
Yeah, it's dark
loud.
And you're trapped, man. You can't like
out.
start talking to somebody or just like you said, get up and go fix yourself a snack. And that kind of eases
Pause
the tension
the
or something.
Yeah,
pause.
Sure.
You were in it, and I think that kind of full, truly escape from reality experience.
I love it. That's the movies to me.
It's kind of hard to get that these days.
Yeah.
What with the technology.
Sure, for sure. I agree. I mean, I just saw this old video clip yesterday, 2 days ago, on how when they originally were screening the Exorcist, the original one, that people were like fainting, having heart attack, passing out. That's crazy. I love it. I love it. People would walk out halfway through the movie, and the camera would be chasing them like, "What's going on?" I didn't like it. They were totally like spooked, and that for me, I saw that one as a kid, and that one spooked me good. Man.
I gotta admit, that was like, and I don't know if it's like the thing that I'm a Halloween baby or what, but I really never got into it. Got creeped out by horror flicks. But that was one that I do remember. It kind of spooked me a little bit as a kid, and it was like, wow, that's. But I was pretty young when I saw that too.
Yeah, me too.
9 or 10 or something.
I think
I probably shouldn't have
been watching that for sure. Like for me, my family's Mexican, and obviously most Mexicans are Catholic, right? So growing up with church and all that stuff, and then you see The Exorcist, and it's like, oh, the devil. Then I that might have been something that spooked me.
I'm gonna be a good boy for a while.
And the head would spin around.
Yeah,
and you're like, But what was even better than that was the Scary Movies by the Wayans brothers. Remember those? Those were so good.
They were so much fun.
So good. Oh man, especially because I love all those movies.
Yeah,
all those scary movies, and they just those are amazing, man. I love it.
Yeah, they really did a good job of like taking what was hip in pop culture for horror at the time,
sure.
and having a total parody with it. And,
so good.
And that was great stuff, man.
I think their first one was "Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood." Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
That was one of my favorite movies of all time. Amazing, man.
I mean, they're really.
These guys are great. They're funny guys, man. Really funny guys. Yeah.
There's a million of them.
That's true. There's some new ones popping out, I think, too. Yeah.
Yeah, because there were already 127 Wayans brothers.
I don't know.
If all of them had kids, man, could you imagine that family reunion?
That's like a Mexican family reunion right there, man. Jeez, yeah. So we're down to the last one, man. What do you think?
I can't believe
we made it.
Well,
wasn't that hard, right? Not so bad.
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun and tasty as well.
Well, yeah. Like I said, when I make a sauce, it can't just be hot.
Yeah.
Because there's no pleasure. It's just torch your tongue if that's what you want to do.
Exactly.
But it's got to have some flavor. I'm a big garlic guy, so yeah. So this is the last one. The last dab, as they call it. So
this is the one that they do.
This is the one that they do, man.
And are we putting an extra dab on there like they do?
We can. You want to do an extra dab on there?
I think that's the rule.
Well, you tell a story right now, dude, and I'll go grab the bottle. Yeah. You tell a story. The crowd is going. Wait, the crowd's going wild here.
All right. How about I can tell you about the coolest thing that has happened to me in Taiwan.
Okay. Coolest thing that happened.
About 3 or 4 years ago, I decided I was going to ride my motorcycle all around Taiwan.
Okay.
And it was a wonderful experience. I think the trip was about 10 days.
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to cut it short because I think it was going to be 13 or 14 days that I had scheduled, but I had to cut it short because a typhoon was coming in, and the rain and inclement weather from it literally chased me the entire trip. I'd go somewhere, settle in, have a day or two there, and then all this rain would come down, so I'd ride on to the next place. But I was up in the mountains during this trip, and it's in the middle of the night, it's pitch black, and all of a sudden I hear this like a bass sound, and I'm like, what the hell? And at first I thought it was a car up in front of me that was up ahead of me, and they were rocking out, listening to some music. But then I started seeing some flashing lights off in the distance. I'm like, what in the world? So I keep riding, and I come up, and out in the middle of nowhere, up in the mountains, is this giant video screen with a stage.
Like a drive-in movie style, or what?
All these, like a disco, man.
Okay.
All these lights, and they had showgirls up on the stage singing, and all these people out here, and I'm like, all right, I just got to... I stopped and turned back. I'm thinking, I got to at least get a quick picture of this, because no one's going to believe it.
Yeah,
because it was literally either way, the next closest point of civilization was at least 35, 40K.
Okay.
So I go and I take a picture from outside.
Yeah.
And this guy comes, oh, hey, come on, it's a party. I'm like, no, it's cool. And this little crazy auntie comes up, and she wasn't having it, dude. I was like, no, it's fine. She straight up grabs me, drags me in.
Yeah, boy.
Drags me in.
You don't say no to me.
And it turned out that this was a Moon Festival party it was like a corporate party. So there were, several hundred people there, families, and Auntie took me in, sat me down with her family at the picnic they were having, kept feeding me all sorts of meat and everything that she pulled off the grill, I was the first person she served. I mean, it was like I was part of the family.
Guest of honor.
And my Chinese is horrible. But, I communicate, and this was before, Google Translate was a big thing.
Okay.
So I, did my best to communicate in my broken Chinese, and their young ones, you know, had a little bit of English, and somehow I ended up on the stage singing Lianga Lahu to, you know, with the showgirl in front of all these people, and it was just really great that, you know, these people, they didn't know who I was, and I'm sure I looked pretty scary. You know, I was in my leather and had my, you know, big beard, and I don't think I bathed in 3 days because I've been on the road camping and
That's
stuff.
Awesome.
And for them to just bring me in and make me feel so welcome, and I think that, you know, says a lot for the people over here. You know,
agree.
And maybe something that people in other countries could learn from. You know, just saying, hey, somebody's different from you. Somebody's just out and doesn't, you know, really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Bring them in and treat them as an equal. Treat them as part of your family and show them a good time. Because I'll tell you, right now, that's probably one of my most, if it's not the most memorable experience, it's one of the most memorable experiences I've had. If not just since I've been in Taiwan, then, you know, then maybe in my life.
I've always found the people here to be really, really welcoming and really, really friendly. And it reminds me a lot of, you know, Mexican people, because you know, Mexican people are usually really friendly, happy. Like, I mean, I never lived in Mexico, but my family's Mexican, so there was this rental building across the street from my house where I grew up in, and there was always people moving in, moving out, and so anytime somebody, you know, moving sucks. You're carrying your boxes and your couches and all that shit. So you're there. My mom would, you know, she'd be grilling up whatever, and she'd kind of look outside. Oh, we got new neighbors. I'd be like, oh, and then my mom would be like, you know, invite them over. And I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm a kid, man. You know what I mean? I'm shy. I'm a kid. I don't want to talk to people I don't know. And I'm like, go get them. I'm like, no. So my mom opens up the window. She'd be like, hey, you guys eat yet? And they'd be like, and it's Canada. No one does that in Canada because it's. I mean, people do that, but there's different kinds of, you know, Canadian. There's a really like conservative, and then there's like, hey, like immigrant ones, like my family, right? So usually the ones that lived in that place were not the immigrant ones, like my family. So they'd be like, talking to me, and my mom would be like, you guys eat yet? And they'd be like, no. They'd be like, come over, fix your plate, you know, and they'd be like, what? They'd be like, come on down, fix your plate, you know, and they'd come in, and my mom would be like making burgers and tacos, and she's like, hey, the guacamole's there, this is here, this is there, and they're just like, and they would just be eating it, like moving sucks, you know, lifting. It's not like Taiwan where the companies do everything, but it's like, you know, you lift in your boxes. I still do that here in Taiwan when I move. So, you know, all that stuff, and then at the end of the day, you're like, oh shit, I'm hungry now. I didn't even know. And my mom's like, eat, shoveling food every time I go home. 10 kilos, man, in a month, every time. It's like 20 pounds. It's a lot, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
I remember my sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
I moved 6 times.
Oh, moving sucks.
That
It sucks.
And right before I moved to Taiwan, it really sucked. I had the double kiss of death because
you're about to get that in a minute. Yeah.
At that point, you know, I'd been working out all the time. I mean, I was just yoked.
Okay,
I had like a 500-pound squat, 500-pound deadlift. So I was the dude that everyone called if they were going to move because they knew, hey, this guy's strong. Tom's got the head.
Sure, of course.
And I had Toyota 4Runner.
Okay,
so I'm
nice. So
I'm the strong guy with the truck that you can load all the shit in.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was cool. I got a lot of free meals out of it. But,
sure. Yeah. Wow.
It sucked, you know.
Agree.
But, you know, towards the end, like, the people were smart, and they were like, okay, we're going to handle everything, you know, for like 2 hours. We're getting all the light shit. And then, you know, you just come in the last 40 minutes, and we have 4 heavy things you got to move, and then you're done.
Okay. That's not bad. Yeah.
Ooh, this looks
man,
like
you
death
ready for this
right
one?
here.
So we did get a little last dab on there.
We took a last dab.
And it's on there, man. So cheers, yeah. Enjoy
nice,
this is the last
nice
one.
knowing you, man. I'll see you on the other side.
Oh, you just smell that one.
Oh my God. Oh, holy shit.
Yep. Spicier than mine, for sure. That flavor, that's Carolina Reaper. In case you didn't know, that is Carolina Reaper. It's a very unique, and it's kind of like an unlimited. It just goes. It just keeps going.
Oh, here come the hiccups.
Yeah. The other ones, they level off eventually, but this one, not really.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hot. Ooh. Can't believe that we actually, you missed it, huh? That's a hot one, brother. So that's the sauce that's made specifically for that show. That is pure, there's a little bit of ginger and pure Carolina Reaper. And you did it.
The ginger tastes great.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure it does.
Oh, man.
So that's a little hotter than mine, yeah? Shit. Yeah. We'll dip your mustache in the sauce too if you want for later. Yeah. So that's the stuff, brother. You made it. You. Well, not quite yet. Ooh.
Holy crap, man. My mouth feels like it's got the clap.
There you go.
Holy shit.
That's it, bro. Oh. What am I drinking here?
Yeah. There is no arguing.
That's hotter than mine.
This is the hottest, by far the hottest of any of these.
That, we were talking about linger earlier.
Woo!
You'll see this one linger. This one's the lingering. Okay, yeah.
See,
you made it though.
This one laughs.
Yeah.
But I did eat all my wings. Oh. I didn't just take one little pussy bite.
Oh, there you go.
Woo.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Wow. So for the last question, I'm gonna mention a name, fire out speed round names, and you think of the first word that comes to your head, to your mind. All right?
Oh man, this could be dangerous. Cause I ain't thinking straight right now.
All right? You good to go? Tom Brady.
Fucking hate that guy.
Okay. Conor McGregor.
Badass.
Okay.
Badass.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Pass.
What do you mean, man? Come on. Ronaldo, why don't you play some real fucking football?
Okay.
A man's sport, not that little...
Texas Tom is calling you out, Ronaldo. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Stud. Straight up stud, man. Like, every guy wants to be him.
Everybody
and every
it.
woman wants him, you know?
Yeah. Willie Nelson.
Texas.
There you go, baby.
I mean, Willie's a legend. Really.
I know. Oh, Janis Joplin.
Dirty hippie. No, man, she had a set of pipes, dude. I love her voice.
Yeah. Joan Jett. I got to go for the milk, man.
I'm not going for the milk. I believe, unless there's going to be a second surge, I believe I'm just about over.
You good? Okay.
No, I ain't good yet.
Okay.
Joan Jett, man, awesome. I love Joan Jett's music. Now, a buddy of mine, Punk Rock Paco, Richard Queso, I'm calling you out.
Okay.
He says that Joan Jett is the queen of punk.
Okay. Okay.
But you're wrong. You're wrong, Richard. Wendy O. Williams is the queen of punk, and I'll put that on anyone.
Okay.
I challenge anyone to prove me wrong that Wendy O. Williams isn't the queen of punk.
Couple more. Frank Sinatra.
Crooner. Old Blue Eyes. He's a crooner. Great. I love his stuff.
Okay.
You know, got a lot of. I hooked up a lot to some of his.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he ain't no Barry White in that respect.
Okay. Ooh, this is hot. What about Raul Garcia?
Man. I can't, man. You can't. That guy is so awesome. You know, you can't really just bring it down to one word.
Awesome.
Okay. Dude, him and you both. Okay. Man, I owe so much.
Oh, man.
Of where I'm at. You know, there would. Man, if it wouldn't have been for y'all's help, Texas Tom's, you know, would probably have 15 followers. And, you know, I mean, you guys both have not only been great friends, but I consider you both mentors as well, and I am and will always be deeply grateful for all the help that both y'all have given.
My man, thanks you so much, brother. Tomorrow morning you'll pay in full. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure. So that's it, huh?
That's it.
We're not going to eat another last dab.
You want another dab? We can do another dab if that's what you want, man. Yeah.
Not really. Tell you what, I think I do want is I think I'm going to stick around and get some of this man's awesome enchiladas, maybe a couple of tacos, you know.
So now, congratulations, you finished the gauntlet. How was it? You tell me, how was it? I have my own assumptions.
Honestly, up until the last one, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. And still favorite? You got a favorite sauce so far?
It would have to be between the honey chipotle and the jalapeno cream.
Okay.
I'm now I'm kind of wondering what it would be like to mix the honey chipotle and the jalapeno cream together.
We might do that. Yeah. Okay.
But dude, you know, they were all good. But your sauces, Eddie, you have a really good flavor profile on it.
Thank you, sir.
And you know, it shows that you know your stuff as a chef, and you're not just cooking. You're not just making sauce to torture people. That, you know, they also have good flavor to them as well.
I appreciate it. Coming from a guy who cooks food as well as you, I'll take that as a compliment, my man. I appreciate it.
I think I'm over it.
Me too. Last thing, tell all the people where they can get some more Texas Tom.
Be at Crafted Beer next month, October 12th?
October 12th.
Second Friday in October, I'll be there.
October, second Friday in October. Go and meet the man in the flesh. He did the gauntlet.
Facebook,
brisket.
You can order off of Facebook. I do need a 7 to 10 day delivery time, and there are some delivery minimums. But
of course,
we do that, and we'll keep you up to date with any upcoming stuff. Please like Texas Tom's page on Facebook.
Please like Texas Tom's page on Facebook.
Please like Eddie's page on Facebook.
That would be great. I appreciate that too.
Raul's page over on Facebook.
Crafted, yeah. So at the end, we'll have it all in the description. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. And thank you, Tom, for coming
thanks
out.
a lot for having me out.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure to have you. I love your food. You're a great guy. Thank you for the stories, and thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Maybe next time you get Santa Claus to come out.
I think that's what we might do, yeah. Okay.